Hi all, very good afternoon, very good morning. Welcome to Chandan Loy's English YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss about physics MCQs. So this session is useful for SSC, RRB and other competitive exam also. Okay, so everybody from starting to ending without giving a chance, don't miss this class. Okay. Okay, before going through this session, all of you please subscribe to 3 channels: Chandan Loy's English, Chandan Loy's Main and Chandan Loy's Telugu YouTube channel. So daily live sessions are being conducted. So everybody utilize these opportunities. So subscribe to those 3 channels, and if anytime there is a live session, you will get a notification. Okay. I will display the question. If you know the answer, mention it in the comment section. Even I will explain a lot of information regarding this MCQ also. And if you know anything regarding this MCQs, like anything static, GK related or anything, you can display it in the comment section also. Okay. Hi all, very good morning. Before starting the session, once all of you click the like button, and please do share this video to your friends and relatives who are searching for Chandan Logic's English YouTube channel. Okay. Yes. The escape velocity from the surface of Earth is approximately 11.2 kilometers per second, 7.9 kilometers per second, 25 kilometers per second, 384 kilometers per second. As we all know that our Earth has gravitational force, right? Okay. So if any object is thrown upwards, so due to the presence of gravitational force, it will be obviously fell down. Is there any escape velocity? Okay. If an object, for example, like rocket, if it travels at an speed of something, okay, so it can be break free from gravitational force. Okay, that is known as what? Escape velocity. What do you mean by escape velocity? In short, means that velocity is free from gravitational force. That means it will not be affected with the gravitational force. Gravitational force is nothing but what? Pulling force. Okay, through that particular velocity, okay, through that particular velocity, there will be no effect of gravitational force on that particular object. So tell me students, what is the answer for this question? Hi, after a long time, Ishita. Yes. Okay, so what is the answer students? Very good. Even though gravitational force is acting on that object, if that object travels at a speed of 11.2 kilometers per second, that means in 1 second, if an object is traveling 11.2 kilometers, so on that particular object, there will be no effect of gravitational force. So that particular velocity is known as what? Escape velocity. So from our surface of the Earth, if we want to escape from gravitational force, so the object must travel 11.2 kilometers per second. Okay, very good, very good. So what is the answer students? 11.2 kilometers per second. That means that object is getting to free from gravitational force. Okay, that object will be set free from gravitational force if it travels at a distance of 11.2 kilometers per second. Then per how many kilometers per hour? Per hour, if it travels 40,700 kilometers per hour, that object can escape from gravitational force. This is regarding Earth. So even moon has some escape velocity. Even moon has some escape velocity. So what is the escape velocity of moon? Means just 2.4 kilometers per second. So these values are very, very important students in physics point of view. Okay, and same as sun, even sun has some escape velocity from Earth surface. So what is the value of that? 617.5 kilometers per second. Even Mars has some escape velocity like 5 kilometers per second, and even Jupiter has some escape velocity, and that is 59.5 kilometers per second. Okay, and Venus, it has 10.4 kilometers per second. So these are the different values of different planets of escape velocity. Okay, so this is very, very important. Our Earth's escape velocity is 11.2 kilometers per second. In hours, it is 40,700 kilometers per hour. Similarly, in the same way, moon has 2.4 kilometers per second. Sun has 617.5 kilometers per second. These are very, very important values. So make a screenshot of it or make a notes of it. Okay. Yes. Next question I am going to display, students. As I told you already, so daily I am going to conduct live sessions on Chandan Loic's English YouTube channel. So especially related to general science. So yesterday I have conducted on biology. Yesterday means 24th I have conducted class on biology, and today physics, and tomorrow it will be on chemistry. And in the same way, in the evening session I am going to conduct classes on history in order to cover each and every topic of every session I lead. So I am going to take topic wise sessions. Okay, and in the evening session, Chandan Loic's Telugu YouTube channel, I am going to conduct Indian history third topic, Vedic culture. So already in the previous sessions I have gone through Stone Age, and the next day I have gone through Indus Valley civilization, most important MCQs, and today I am going to deal with Vedic culture, important MCQs. So everybody subscribe to those two channels. Okay, so we are going to start a very good initiation in the upcoming days. Okay, so every hour we are going to conduct live sessions in order to boost your preparation. Okay, so each and every student, please like and subscribe this channel. And what is the answer for the next question I am going to display? In a simple pendulum, the time period depends on mass of the bob, amplitude, length of the string, material of the bob. So if you know the formula for time period of a particular simple pendulum, you can easily answer to this question. So what is the simple pendulum actually? The simple pendulum oscillates. Okay, it will oscillate in a to and fro motion. Okay, so what is the time period of that particular simple pendulum depends on? So tell me, students, what is the answer? If you know the time period formula, so what is the time period of a particular simple pendulum? T is equal to 2 pi under root L by G. Here T stands for what, students? Time period. L stands for what? Length of the string. And G stands for what? Gravity. Okay, so what is the answer for in the option itself? You can easily understand. In the option itself, you can easily understand that time depends on the length of the string. Okay, the time period of simple pendulum depends on. So nothing but, so think this as a simple pendulum. So sorry. So this is a simple pendulum, you think. It will oscillate in a to and fro motion. Okay, so the time period of the simple pendulum, it too oscillates, depends on the length of the string. This is known as string. Okay, so what is the answer for this question, students? Not the mass of the bob. This is bob. So it does not depend on the mass of the bob, students. I am stressing you again and again. It depends on the length of the string. Okay, so what is the answer to the students? Length of the string. Very good. Very good. So please do share this video to all your friends who are preparing for SSC, GD, RRB, Group D and other competitive exam also. Even APPSC and Constable courses also. This session is very, very helpful for them. Okay? Yes, very good morning, very good morning. And next question I am going to display. The unit of surface tension is Newton per meter, Joule per meter square, both A and B, kg per meter. So what is surface tension actually? What is surface tension actually? I will give you a perfect example for this. Okay? When the rain falls, what happens? The droplet when it hit the surface, what happens? It does not appear in the fully formed bubble, but it shrinks. Okay? When rain falls, when we look at the surface, okay, the droplet of the rain will not be in a fully spherical shape, but it will be in a shrinked shape. Okay, this particular property is known as what? This particular property of water droplet is known as what? Surface tension. Okay, surface tension is the property of shrinking of a particular droplet, liquid. Okay, due to this property. Okay, in the same way, what is the unit of this surface tension? They are okay, John, you can come to my classes daily. I have started in the previous session itself. Okay, so what is the answer for this question? I have told you already, and I have given you a perfect example for this surface tension. When a rain droplets falls on the surface of the earth, it shrinks. So due to which property, students? Due to surface tension. Okay, and the question is that what are the units of this surface tension? Actually, we can define surface tension in two ways. So one is, it can be defined in the form of force per unit length. Okay, remember, okay, surface tension can be defined as force per unit length, and surface tension can also be defined as energy per unit area. So tell me the formula, students. Very good. Okay, force is nothing but, what is the unit of force? Newton. And what is the unit of length? Meter. That means Newton per meter. In the same way, what is the unit of energy? Joule. And what is the unit of area? Meter square. Joule per meter square. So both A and B are the correct answer for this question. Yes. Okay. Next. Next question. The phenomena of mirage is due to reflection, refraction, total internal reflection, diffraction. So mirages are nothing but, okay, on a sunny day, I will give a perfect example. On a sunny day, okay, on a sunny day, if we look at the sun which is placed on the like river, so we can see there appears a reflection, okay, or even in the desert, when you look at the camel, you can see the same reflection of the camel in the downwards. That particular what situations are known as what? Mirages. So these mirages depends on what? Very good. Okay, these mirages depends on what? Total internal reflection. Very good. What do you mean by reflection? Actually nothing but reflection. Okay, perfect example is, if you look at the mirage, the same reflection we can appear in the mirror. That is the example for reflection. So what do you mean by refraction actually? Okay, what do you mean by reflection? Means when we move from one medium to another medium. For example, I have told you many times, okay, take a glass of water. Okay, take a glass of water. When you dip a spoon in the glass of water, okay, if we look at this particular arrangement, the spoon will appear as bent. Why? Because the spoon is traveling from one medium to another medium. So what are those two mediums here? From air to liquid. So such that what happens? The light bends. Okay, the light rays which are falling on that, it bends. So the spoon appears to be bent. So this phenomena is known as what? Refraction. So what do you mean by diffraction actually? I have told you many times. Okay, in a closed room, if there is a small slit, in a closed room, if there is a small slit, and if the light rays falls through this slit, so what happens? These light rays will spread throughout the empty room, and that phenomena is known as what? Diffraction. So mirages are nothing but what? I have told you already. On a hot day, when you look at the sun which is below the, when you look at the river which is below the sun, the reflection happens there. Okay, that particular phenomena is known as what? Mirages. Okay. Next. Yes, I have told already. Not only physics, in English YouTube channel, I am going to conduct general science related MCQs daily. Okay, so on 24th, I have gone through biology. On today, we are going with physics. So tomorrow, chemistry. And the next day, biology, next day, physics. So even topic-wise sessions also will be conducted. Okay, so at first, I have gone through MCQs. So after that, I will go through topic-wise also. So already in Chandan Telugu YouTube channel, Indian history, I have started topic wise. Okay? Yes. Next. The power of a lens is measured in dioptry, watt, joule, candela. So what is the power of a lens? Okay? So we have two types of lenses actually. Okay? Not only two types, three types or four types. Okay? So convex lens, concave lens, bifocal lens. So these are some of the types of lenses. So what is the power of a lens is measured in? Okay, the power of the lens is measured in what? What is the unit of lens? Okay, so tell me students. Okay, we shall plan in the next classes, Sharanya, okay? So what is the answer to this question, students? So tell me the answer for this question. What is the power of a lens? Yes, very good. Okay, so do you all know the formula, right? What is the formula for what is the formula between power and focal length? Power and focal length. What is the formula? Do you know that? Okay, so power is equal to, okay, power is equal to 1 by focal length. Okay, power is equal to 1 by focal length. So this power of a lens is what? Measured in diopter. This is nothing but what? 1 meter inverse. Okay, so what is 1 diopter is equal to 1 meter inverse. So very, very important, students. Yes. So what is the answer? So watt is the unit for power, joule is the unit for energy, and candela is the unit for luminous intensity. Okay. So next, Christmas offers are going on. So up to 60% offer is applicable on each and every course. So every students utilize this wonderful opportunity. Special offers are also going on. So you can get single course at just 399 rupees. So previously it was 499. So on the students' demand we have reduced it to 399. So each and every students utilize these wonderful opportunities. 0 to hero course are also on offers. You can get only for 899 for 1 month validity. Christmas offers are also applicable on RRB NTPC. Complete courses are available CBT 1 and CBT 2. SSC GD special batch course is also available on offer. You can get it only for 1599 with 3 months validity. SSC exam complete course is also available with a wonderful course validity 1799 with 3 months validity. Railway exams are also available on offers. Even bank exams are also available on offers courses. Bank, SSC, RRB combo courses are also available on offers. APPSC, TGPSC, SI Constable courses are also applicable for offers. You can get it only for 1799 with 3 months validity. Next question. The energy stored in a stretched spring is called kinetic energy, potential energy, thermal energy, chemical energy. So tell me students, what is the answer for this question? Yes. Okay. So take a spring and stretch it. So what happens? The position of the spring changes. Okay. The position and shape of the particular spring will changes. So what type of energy is acting there? So tell me students. So generally we have many types of energies: potential energy, kinetic energy, chemical energy, thermal energy, heat energy. So particularly there are 4 options. Okay. So what is potential energy actually? The energy possessed by virtue of its position. Okay. The energy possessed by virtue of its position we say is that what? Potential energy. The energy possessed by virtue of its motion we call it as what? Kinetic energy. Okay. So in the similar way, the energy possessed by a chemical changes we say it as what? Chemical energy. So what is the answer for this question, students? Very good. Yes. Very good. Okay. So what is happening here? Actually the spring, here is the spring. Okay. If we do not stretch it off, if we do not do anything to it, so there will be no potential energy acting on this particular elastic. If we apply some force, that means if we stretch this, what happens? The position and shape of the particular spring will be changed. So that what is acting upon here? Potential energy is acting upon here. Okay, very good. Kinetic energy is nothing but what? It depends on mass and velocity, the energy possessed by virtue of its motion. Okay? Yes, very good. And the exact potential energy, what it is on, it is acting on spring is elastic potential energy. Very good, Sharanya, very good. So next question. The magnetic field inside a long solenoid is 0, uniform and parallel to axis, non-uniform, perpendicular to axis. What is solenoid actually? A particular metal, it is winded up with what? Like wires. A particular thing, a particular rod, if it is winded up with wires, we say it as what? Solenoid. How the electric field appears here? How the magnetic field acts here? So that is the question. So tell me students, in the diagram itself you can understand how the magnetic field appears in the solenoid. Solenoid is nothing but a long rod and the wire is binded towards that rod. So that is known as what? Solenoid. How the magnetic field applies on this particular solenoid? So tell me students. Very good. Okay. It applies uniform and parallel to axis. Actually this is the axis, right? Okay. So axis, this is perpendicular and even uniform. Okay. The magnetic field applies in a parallel and uniform way. Very good. Okay. Next. The half-life of a radioactive element is 8 days. After 32 days, what fraction remains? Okay. So the radioactive element, its half-life is 8 days. So after 32 days, what will be the fraction of that particular radioactive element? There exists a formula. In order to find the fraction, in order to find the half-life fraction, okay. So what is the formula actually? So n is equal to half-life. Half-life is given as 8. Okay. And complete time is given as 32. Okay. So what is the fraction actually? There exists a formula 1 by 2 under power n. So what is n here? N is nothing but n is equal to T by half-life. Okay. So what is n? N is equal to 32 by 8. What you will get? 4. So half power 4. So what is the answer? 1 by 16. Okay. So this is a nuclear reactor regarding question. Okay. The half-life of a radioactive element is 8 days. After 32 days, after 32 means complete days, after complete time, that is T is equal to 32, like half time is equal to 8 days. In order to find the fraction, we have a formula half power n. In order to solve this, we will get the yes. It covers SSC, CGL, RRB, NTPC, SSC, GD, RRB, Group D, APPSC, SI and Constable courses also. Yes, yes. Yes. Next. So don't even miss a single topic also students. We are going to cover each and every problems and as well as topics in these upcoming sessions. Okay. Next. The work done in moving a charge in an electric field depends on magnitude of charge only, path taken, potential difference only, both charge and potential energy. So if you know the work done of a electric field, you can easily answer to this question. The work done on a particular electric field depends on what? Okay. Here we have a formula. So this question is from physics, electricity chapter. Okay. So the work done on a electric field depends on what? Very good afternoon. So here we have a formula students. The work done on an electric field is, okay, it depends on charge and potential difference. Okay, it depends on the charge and potential difference. If you know this formula, you can easily answer to this question. Okay, so what is this students? The work done on an electric field. Okay, the work done on electric field depends on the product of charge and potential difference between the two charges. Okay, so what is the answer for this question students? I have already explained you. Yes, what is the answer? Both charge and potential difference. So by this formula, you can say this answer. So each and every formula to be learned. Okay, why? Because the questions are being asked related to the formula. Okay, so that what is the answer students? The work done on a particular electric field depends on the charge and potential difference of that field. Okay, yes. Next. Bernoulli's principle is based on conservation of momentum, energy, mass, angular momentum. About Bernoulli's principle, what is this Bernoulli's principle actually? For an incompressible and non-viscous fluid. Incompressible means which do not compresses. Okay, I will explain you in a very clear manner. Okay, there exists a fluid. Okay, there exists a fluid. That fluid will not be compressed and that do not have viscous property. Viscous means sticky property. For that particular fluid, okay, the pressure energy, the potential energy and kinetic energy will remain constant. So, listen properly students, there exists a fluid. The fluid which are incompressible, that means they will not be compressed, and they are non-viscous, that means they are non-sticky. For a particular fluid, the pressure energy, the potential energy and the kinetic energy will be constant. And that principle is known as what? Bernoulli's principle. Okay. Now, what is the answer for this question, students? So, Bernoulli's principle is based on conservation of what, students? Very good. Energy. Okay. So, what it is saying actually, Bernoulli's principle states that for a incompressible and non-viscous fluid, non-viscous means which is not sticky, non-compressible means which cannot be compressed. For that particular fluid in a stream flow, the pressure energy plus kinetic energy plus and potential energy will be constant, and this principle is known as what? What? Bernoulli's principle. Okay? Yes. Next. The refractive index of a diamond is 2.42. The critical angle for a diamond air interface is approximately. Okay? So, I will tell you one last, students. Snell's law. What does this Snell's law say? It explains the relationship between two different mediums critical angle. For example, okay, this is diamond, okay. Okay, the diamond is placed in the air. This is air. Just imagine. Okay, what does this Snell's law say about? The Snell's law will explain about the critical angle between the diamond and air interface. Okay, there exists a formula for Snell's law. So, what is the Snell's law formula? Sin C is equal to N2 by N1, where N2 is equal to, okay, N2 is equal to refractive index of air, and N1 is equal to refractive index of diamond. So, already refractive index of diamond is given. So, N2 is equal to, we have to assume refractive index of air as 1. So, what you will get, students? Sin C is equal to 1 by 2.42, and if we solve it, C is equal to sin inverse 1 by 2.42. Okay, so finally we will get 0.412. Okay, and C is equal to 0.412. So, what is the answer for this question? Okay, critical angle. C is equal to sin inverse 1 by 2.42, C is equal to 0.412. So, what is the formula for this refractive index? So, you will get this as the answer, 24 degrees. Okay, so tell me the formula for refractive index, students. Yes? Yes. Okay, done. Okay, if we solve it, we will get 24 degrees as the answer. C is equal to sin inverse N2 by N1, you will get 24 degrees as the answer. Next, in Young's double slit experiment, if the distance between slit is double, fringe width. So, listen students, I will explain what is Young's double slit experiment actually. Okay, what is Young's double slit means? So, there exists a sheet, just assume it as a sheet. I will explain what is experiment, then next I will go through the question. Okay, take a sheet. Okay, take a sheet which consists of two slits. Take a sheet which consists of two slits. Okay, these are slits. It is a sheet which consists of slits, and here appears a surface on which the light rays are to be reflected. Okay, so on a particular sheet pass what light rays. So what happens here? Okay, on a sheet which consists of two slits, if we impose light rays onto that particular slits, so what will appear on this slit? So actually we will think that only two fringes will appear on this. Okay, we will think that only two fringes will be appear on it, but not that. So here appears four bands of this. Okay, here appears four bands of this. So we have a particular formula for this. Okay, fringe width is equal to beta, that is equal to lambda d by d. We all know but lambda is equal to wavelength, d is equal to distance from slits to the surface. Okay, distance from slits to surface, and small d is equal to distance between bands, distance between fringes. So what they have given in Young's double slit experiment, if the distance between slits is doubled. Okay, what they are saying, if the distance between slits is doubled, so these are slits. So d is equal to 2d. So what happens? So beta is equal to lambda d by 2d. So what you will get? So beta dash is equal to half lambda d. So is equal to half beta. So what it is going to happen? It is halved. Okay, halved. Okay. Yes. Next question. So do you get? If you look at this again and again, you will understand. So what is actually Young's double slit experiment? So take a sheet which consists of two slits, pass a light rays on those slits. So when we appear on the surface, so we do not appear only two slits, and the slits will be appear in a bright and dark slits. Okay, that is the experiment. You can even perform it. Okay, so what they are going to, for a particular experiment, there exists a formula. Fringe width is equal to, fringe width is nothing but what? These are fringes. Fringe width is equal to lambda d by d. For lambda stands for wavelength, d stands for distance between slits, distance between the slit and the surface, and small d stands for distance between the slits. They have given that the distance between the slit is double. So what happens to the fringe length? The fringe length will get to half. Okay. Next. The SI unit of electric flux is Newton meter square per coulomb, volt meter, both 1 and 2, coulomb per meter square. What is electric flux actually? Okay, the electric field applied on a particular surface. The electric field applied on a particular surface is known as was electric flux. It is a scalar quantity. Do you understand what I said? The electric field applied on a particular surface is known as what? Electric flux. Okay, so what is the answer for this question, students? Yes, each and every student give me the answer for these questions. It not doubles, it halves. Even I have given you the clear explanation. The SI unit of electric flux. What is electric flux actually? The electric field applied on a particular surface is known as what? Electric flux. Yes, very good. So electric flux has two formulas. So one depends on newtons and one depends on potential gradient. Okay, one depends on what? That is nothing but what? Newton meter per square by coulomb. And one is volt per meter. These two are the units for electric flux. Very good. Next. So what is the answer? Option 3 is the answer for this question. A body floats in a liquid if its density is greater than liquid, equal to liquid, less than liquid, independent of density. Okay. So, if the density of an object is, okay, if the density of an object is greater than the density of the fluid, then that particular object will be sinked. If the density of that particular object is less than the density of the fluid, that will be like partially floating. Okay. So, what is the answer, students? Tell me. I have told you even the explanation. Okay. Take one like bucket, fill water in it. Okay. So, throw a stone into this. So, what happens? The density of the stone will be higher than the density of the liquid, so that the stone will sink. But if you throw a pin, a small pin, so what happens? The pin will float. What is the reason behind that? Because the density of the pin is lesser than the density of the fluid. So, what is the answer for this question, students? A body floats in a liquid if its density is, okay, less than liquid. Very good. If the density is, okay, if a body's density is greater than density of the liquid, then that particular object will sink. You all know as per the Archimedes principle. Okay. Next. The speed of a sound is maximum in vacuum, air, water, still. So, everybody will answer to this question, I think. Okay. Speed, actually speed of the sound. A light requires a medium to travel. So, light requires medium to travel. Even the light can travel in vacuum also. Sorry. Light do not requires a medium to travel. Even light can travel in vacuum also. But sound does not travel in vacuum. Sound always requires a medium to travel. It may be solid, or it may be liquid, or it may be a gaseous medium. In the same way, the speed of the sound will be more in solid than that follows liquid, and that follows gaseous. That means the speed of the sound will be maximum in solids, then next liquids, and finally in gaseous. So, tell me the answer for this question, students. Very good. Okay. And the answer for this question is steel. Okay. So, solid, the sound travels more in solid than liquid, and finally in gaseous. By this we can say that the speed of the sound is maximum in steel. Okay. Next. Which of the following is incorrectly paired? Ohm's law, Faraday's law, Newton's first law, Archimedes principle, gravitation. So, here they have given you the law and a particular feature of that law. Okay. So, tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? As we all know, what do you mean by Ohm's law? Ohm's law states that voltage always depends on, okay, current and resistance. Okay. Voltage always depends on current and resistance. That is Ohm's law. V is equal to Ri. And next comes Faraday's law. What do you mean by Faraday's law? The EMF is generated. The EMF generation is known as what? Faraday's law. Okay. Next, what do you mean by Faraday's law? Change in magnetic field. Change in magnetic field leads to the generation of EMF, electromotive force. In a particular field, a change in magnetic field leads to a generation of electromotive force. So, that is known as what? Faraday's law. And next comes what? Newton's first law. I have discussed many times. Newton's first law is also known as law of inertia. If a person is at rest, he will be at rest. If a person is in motion, he will be in motion until and unless an external force is applied on him. So, that law is known as what? Newton's first law, and that law is also known as what? Law of inertia. And finally, Archimedes principle. So, this Archimedes principle does not depends on gravitation. Okay. So, option 4 is the wrong pair. Why? Because Archimedes principle does not depends on the gravitation. It depends on the buoyancy and fluid displacement. I have explained you many times. Okay, so even I will explain you again and again. So take a bucket, fill it with water and give a gap here. Okay, so leave a gap here and put another lid here. So what happens when an object falls in the liquid? When objects falls in the liquid, so what happens to this stone? Okay, when it hits the bottom base, suddenly it will move upwards. Okay, suddenly the weight will move upwards, and this upward force is known as what? Buoyancy force or upward thrust. And when it hit the surface, the fluid will be displaced. Okay, the fluid will be displaced, and that displaced fluid will be equal to the buoyancy force. And that particular principle is known as what? Archimedes principle. But here they have given that Archimedes principle depends on gravitation. Archimedes principle does not depends on gravitation. It depends on buoyancy and fluid displacement. Okay? Yes. Next. Match the following. Column A, myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia. Column B, concave lens, convex lens, bifocal lens. So match it and tell me the answer. So I have discussed many times. Okay. Myopia is known as what? Nearsightedness. That means that person can only see the things which are nearer to him, and the distant objects will be blurry to him. And what is this hypermetropia? It is also known as farsightedness. The person can see only the objects which are far away from him, and he cannot see the things which are nearer to him. Okay, and what is this presbyopia condition? That is nothing but age related problems, like for old women or old men. Okay, their lens will be blocked, or their lens will be in the form of cloudy. Okay, and that particular condition is known as what? Presbyopia. Okay, so tell me the answer for this question, students. Very good. If a person is suffering from nearsightedness, okay, so which lens he have to use? He have to use concave lens. That means that lens should be diverged. If a person is suffering from hypermetropia, which is nothing but farsightedness, he must use convex lens. That means converging lens. If a person is suffering with presbyopia, that means age-related lens, he have to use bifocal lens. Okay, very good. And the answer for this question is option 1. The focal length of a plane mirror is 0, infinity, positivity, negativity. So tell me the answer for this question, students. Very good question. Yes, everybody mention the answer in this session. So this is very good question. Who is going to answer this question? Wait a minute. Very good. Okay. So for a particular convex lens or concave lens, focal length will be radius of curvature by 2. Okay. For a curved lens, remember students, this is very important. For a curved lens, focal length will be radius of curvature of that particular lens by 2. But for flat mirror, what happens here? There will be no radius. Okay, the radius of curvature will be no for flat mirror. That will be in infinity. Okay, so what happens to the focal length? Infinity by 2. That is infinity. Very good, students. Okay, very good question. And always it forms real, virtual and erect images. Very good. Okay. Next. In a transformer, if the number of turns in secondary is more than primary, it is step up, step down, isolation, auto. What is transformer actually? It transfers electricity from one circuit to another circuit. A transformer is a one which transfers electricity from one circuit to another circuit. So there exist types of transformers: step-up transformers, step-down transformers, isolated transformers. Okay, if the number of coils in the primary, what is that? In the primary transformer is more than the number of coils in secondary, so we say it as what? Step up. Okay, so you know transformer. Okay, so this is primary and this is secondary. If the number of coils in the primary is more than secondary, we say it as what? Step up transformer. And if the number of coils in the primary is more than the number of if NP is less than NS, and if NP is greater than NS, we say it as what? Step down. Okay, if NP, number of coils in primary, is equal to number of coils, we say it as what? Isolated. Now tell me the answer, students. In a transformer, if a number of turns in secondary is more than primary, that means secondary is more than primary, we tell is that what? Step up. Very good. Okay, very important concept, students. So remember, easy. Just imagine, okay, primary, secondary. If the secondary is number of turns are more, so stepping up. If the it is less, we are stepping down. If they are equal, we say it as what? Isolated. Okay, yes. Next, the energy gap in a semiconductor is of the order of 0.1 electron volts, 1 electron volts, 10 electron volts, 1000 electron volts. So these are very important, students. So energy band, we can also, energy gap, we can also call it as what? Band gap. Okay, energy gap or band gap, both are same. So you know what is conductor, what is semiconductor, what is insulator. What is conductor actually? Which conducts electricity. For example, we are the conductors. That means the electricity will be passed in our body. If there exist some materials where the electricity will not be passed, and that particular materials are said as what? Insulators. Example, rubber, paper, slipper. And if the, say, what is semiconductor? Which acts between conductor and insulator. Example, silicon, germanium. These are the perfect semiconductors which we use in our daily lives. They conduct the electricity between a conductor and insulator, semiconductors. Okay, so the energy gap or the band gap for the conductors will be 0. So remember, very important, students. Energy gap or band gap. Energy gap or band gap for conductors will be 0. For semiconductors will be less than 3. And for insulators, this energy band will be greater than 5. That means the distance between the two atoms will be more. Gap. Okay. So tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Very good. And the answer for this question is 1 electron volt. The energy gap in semiconductor is of the order of 1 electron volt. Okay. So if they ask for insulators, it is greater than 5. If they ask for semiconductor, the energy gap will be always 0. Okay. Very important concept. I have covered each and every concept, students. So don't miss this session. Next. A stone is dropped from a height h. The velocity when it reaches ground is proportional to. Okay, what they are saying, that they have given, we all know like laws of velocity formulas. We all know velocity formulas like s is equal to u plus that, okay, v square minus u square is equal to 2as, v is equal to u plus at. So these are, we have 3 velocity formulas. Okay, so what is the formula we have now? V square minus u square is equal to 2as. Here given a stone is dropped from a height. So assume a is equal to, s is equal to H. A is equal to G. Okay, they have given, what they have given? The velocity when it reaches ground is proportionally. Okay, so here U is equal to 0. Substitute this. V square is equal to V square minus 0 is equal to 2GH. So V is equal to under root 2GH. So we can say that V is equal to root H. So option 2 is the correct answer. This is basic thing. I think everybody know this. Yes, very good. Yes. Okay. Everybody know this. This is basic one. Next. The pressure at the bottom of a tank filled with liquid depends on. Very good question, students. Okay. So here is a tank. Okay. This is the water. Here's a tank and this is the water. The pressure in the what they are asking is what will be the pressure in the bottom of the tank. Okay. What will be the pressure of the liquid at the bottom of the tank? Tell me, students. So this question depends on hydrostatic pressure. What do you mean by hydrostatic pressure? Hydrostatic pressure has a formula. So what is the formula for hydrostatic pressure? P is equal to PGH. Okay, this is the formula for hydrostatic. Now tell me the answer, students. Very good. Okay, what? In a tank, it is filled with water. Okay, the pressure of the tank filled with water, the pressure at the bottom of the tank depends on the height of the liquid column. Okay, it depends on the height of the liquid column. So how much height it will be, the pressure also depends on that. Why? Because we have a formula, hydrostatic pressure is equal to, hydrostatic pressure P is equal to PGH. Okay, this H stands for what? Height of a liquid column. Okay, very good. The Doppler effect is observed in light only, sound only, both sound and air, neither. So this is very easy question. I think everybody will answer. I will even give you a perfect example. Ambulance. So the ambulance, when it is far away from us, the sound will be very low. And when it is coming towards us, the sound will be very more. Even in the light also, when the object is farer, so we can see it as a blue. When it is coming nearer, we can see it as a red light. Okay, that means Doppler effect depends on what? Doppler effect depends on both. So that's what I am saying. Okay, and the perfect example is in sound waves. Okay, example ambulance, and in light waves wavelengths. Okay, wavelengths means when we are closer, the light appears blue, and when it is farer, when it is closer, the light appears red, and when it is farer, the light appears blue. Okay, so what is the answer, students? Both sound and light. Example ambulance. Okay, next. Which pair is incorrectly matched? Photoelectric effect, nuclear fission, relativity, quantum theory. So these are the pairs given. Okay, so the the thing they have found and the scientist who discovered that. Okay, so in this pair, one is wrong. Identify and tell me the answer for this question. In this question, the scientist name and their discoveries has given, identified the wrong thing and replace that wrong thing with the correct thing. Tell me, students. Yes. And please do share this video to all your friends and relatives who needs English classes. Okay. And even in the evening session, I am going to conduct Indian history, third topic, Vedic culture, top important MCQs. So what is the answer for this question, students? Very good. So relativity, this relativity is the correct answer. Why? Because this relativity, theory of relativity, it belongs to Albert Einstein. Very good. But Newton not. Okay, it belongs to Albert Einstein. Even photoelectric effect, theory of relativity, this belongs to what? Albert Einstein. Very good, very good. Okay. So you may expect these type of questions only, students. Why? Because they are stressing mostly on these types of questions only, like match the following, statement based, incorrectly paired. Okay. So stress on these type of topics. Next. the coefficient of restitution for a particular inelastic collision is 0, 1, infinity, minus 1. So, nothing but perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic. This coefficient of restitution is nothing but it is a dimensional number which depends on bouncing of colloidal particles. Okay, it depends on bouncing of colloidal particles. It is a what? Dimensionless number. Okay, it is defined as the ratio of separate collision by approach distance. Separate distance by approach distance. Okay, so what it is defined as? It is defined as a separated distance of collided bodies. Separated distance of collided bodies by approach. Okay, so for perfectly elastic, the elastic coefficients will be what? And for perfectly inelastic, the coefficient of elasticity will be what? So tell me, I will even tell you the examples for this. Okay, when you took a billiards balls, okay, if they collide, what happens? With the same velocity they will travel. Okay, take two billiard balls, when they collide, they will travel with the same velocity. But take a mud, okay, take a mud and hit to the wall. So what happens? It sticks to the wall, and that is known as what? Perfect inelastic. Okay, so the answer for this question is 0. Okay, for the perfect elasticity, the coefficient of restitution will be 1, and for a perfect inelasticity, the coefficient of restitution is 0. Okay, 1 or 0. So I will tell you the example. Okay, take a two billiard balls. When they collide, both the billiard balls will travel with the same velocity. That means they are perfectly elastic. Okay, and take a mud and hit on to the wall. So what happens? The mud will not come back, or it will not move. It will stick onto the wall. That means that is perfectly inelastic. Okay, very good. Next, special offers are going on. You can get any course just for 399 rupees. 0 to Hero course is also available on offers. You can get 899 with 1 month validity. Christmas offers are going on. December 23 is the starting date and January 3rd is the last date to avail these offers. SSC GD special batch course is also available on Chandan Logics app. SSC exams complete course Tier 1 and Tier 2. Entire course is also available on Chandan Logics apps on best offer. Bank exams are also available on Chandan Logics app. Railway exams are also available on Chandan Logics app. Bank, SSC, RRB combo courses are also available on our Chandan Logics app. APPSC, TGPSC, SA Constable courses are also available. APPSC, TGPSC Group 2 courses are also available. APPSC, TGPSC special batch complete courses are also available. UPSC, CSAT complete courses are also available. Single subject courses are also available. So the offer is valid from December 23rd to January 3rd. Okay. Okay, that's all for today, students. Let's meet in the evening session with Chandan Logics Telugu YouTube channel, Vedic Culture Top MCQs. Okay, bye students, take care.